don't believe that the North can bully anybody with their numbers. Because had democracy been the right type of democracy, people would have said those who don't even have an idea of evaluating what good governance is should not even vote. That's why you see the Chinese system is a bit more superior.
But in the real sense, the facts shows that the North is more superior in terms of political numbers.
No. They are only taking advantage of lack of family planning and breeding without control.
Is that their fault? That they have more political number strength?
No, listen, if you have an environment where by education people are no longer having 10 children, marrying 5 wives, and some people are still there, how is that an advantage? You have to look at the demography of the place.
That's why politically speaking, they stand a better chance.
No. That's
when they present a candidate and when they are in unison.
There is an imagination that those who are even masquerading today are the leaders of the people of the North. They are not. The leadership of the North is in a lot of cadres. Some of them are their Islamic leaders. Some of them are their thought leaders. Some of them are their traditional rulers. So if one or two politicians are saying, oh, not, yeah, you will have to say it is the APC or President Bola Tinubu's party just to say, are they not having their own northern players? Have you looked in the North and calculated how many governors they even have? Have you checked how many senators they have? That one person is screaming from one northern, but do you know how many people from the same North are there? I have participated in the campaigns very well. I know what I'm telling you. In the build-up to 2023, I went around the North. I was amazed that it was even Bola Tinubu's jingles that were even trending. So politics is politics. We should be able to say that after every election, we'll spend about 2 years on governance. Otherwise, we're going to be a nation of politics without governance. I
mean, for the interest of the nation,
yes,
politics aside, anyone, even if you don't like the face of who is leading,
absolutely,
you pray for the progress of your nation.
I don't even know whether you should
government
pray or not.
Government goes.
Yes.
The question here is that you think that the Tinubu government is lackluster. Those are your words.
Yes, they are.
And we are in a space that either we like it or not, our country must function. If not, we are going to be left behind, and all the countries of the world are moving forward.
Oh, yeah, you can see
what do you think must be done in this time, in this moment?
I think that the president must first of all understand soberly that coming to become president under the circumstances he has become president demands that there must be what you call low-hanging fruits. And that low-hanging fruit will not be measured around his age. The low-hanging fruits of Nigeria will be measured with how the poorest of us are feeling and how they are able to cope. Any leader that thinks that he's building avant-garde, highfalutin ideas that does not impact the most miserable of our people, the poorest of the poor, has to understand that he's joking. And if it is democracy, of course he's going to lose. But if he loses the election, it will not invalidate the fact that some policies are visionary. But it is for him to find the right mix. I find it extremely offensive that anybody will be president of our Nigeria, especially him, and he'll be losing the allies that worked with him. Elections are very serious. They are tedious responsibility. You shouldn't be losing allies. I don't expect him to happily be losing his allies. And I don't want to just be, if I mention National, they'll say National is this, National. But I don't expect the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to be unconscious as to what men contributed to that journey. I don't expect him to wait for those people who...
Does it make him ungrateful?
I don't know about grateful or not. What I'm saying is that, look, if you're not a politician, so you have no idea of how tedious going around is and what kind of how draining it is.
What does he need to fix this, to mend the fences?
Look, listen, I'm not here to come and teach him how to run government. If he cannot run the government, he can resign. If he knows he can't get the job done, he can resign.
He said he can do it.
Yeah, if he can do, let him do it.
Does it look like he's not doing it?
Well, the thing is that if the decibel in the country is very high, it is his duty to ensure that he can calm free nerves. And if the touch points where people are getting angry are even his own people, when Nasiru started out with a small complaint, I had an interview with you, and I said, you can take anybody you like for granted, but you cannot take a disruptor like Nasiru for granted. How can Nasiru be? You think Nasiru is happy trying to destroy a government he helped bring about. He can never be. That's not the reason they threat. But when you don't treat people well, when you make light of their efforts, what you do is that you tell them, okay, go and do whatever else you like. And whatever else you like in politics is to work as much as they can against you. And if you know what you're doing, you must be careful that the people that are sitting on your table eating fish and chips with you, or is there a malangbegri with you, are telling you all is well. All may not be that well. We go around and we know that some people are respected. I can tell you for free. I can tell you for almost free. Nasiru may end up being the man in this country who will inherit that energy of Buhari after Buhari, because the people that we speak to around, they see him as, especially the northern, the far north, where those areas where Buhari used to get numbers. They're hopeful on Nasiru. I'm not kidding you, they are. In fact, Nasiru is beginning to inch over Kwankwaso. I always thought that maybe after Buhari, Kwankwaso will be the one in that space. But Nasiru is beginning to stay in that space now. I don't know how he does it.
And that would be dangerous for Bola Tinubu.
I don't know whether it's dangerous for Bola Tinubu. But if Bola Tinubu is a one-time president, how is that dangerous for him? Did you not give him the opportunity to serve? Are they not going to list his name among past presidents, even if he leaves now? There's nothing dangerous for him. Nobody has promised him a second term. God has not even promised him the next day in the morning, like he has not promised any one of us. I think people are too unduly sentimental about whether he will get a second term. I'm not interested in that. I am interested in him fixing the country for this one term he has and being the best version of himself. For now.
Mr. Shawumi, to wrap up now, on a final note, the country that you see, that you dream of, do you think it can come to pass under this government?
No, I think that nations are always a continuous work in progress. I think that if the president, Bola Tinubu, if he brings himself back and stop thinking that everything is okay and tries to say, okay, really, if I were the ones, never mind how he had been treated in the past, if I were the one that was being treated like this, would I be happy? And he can easily touch, there's enough time, there's 2 years, touch on all the places where he needs to touch. But you see, nations are built by a concurrence of people coming together to wish the nation well. You can't have too many of your leaders, too many of your people very upset, just cashing in on very cheap anger of the people and the frustration. And then you are the leader, you're not doing anything. The ones that are with you, we ran this country under Jonathan. What was the total size of Jonathan's budget? People were not complaining that they can't even do anything. You guys are running a bigger budget, and you are running it with Nigerians who are the leaders of your agency. You know what I see with them? He has surrounded himself by people who he was the one that was doing the job for them. When he was not in power, he was the one that was doing the hard work. And now that he is in a golden cage where he can't be all over the place, he's surrounded by people who are so damn crass, politically incompetent. And if he cannot fix that, am I the one that formed the cabinet for him? That's his cup of tea. But what is important is that he needs to know the Federal Republic of Nigeria survived the military. By all means, we're going to survive him. And if he's thinking that Nigeria is going to become a one-party state, he should perish that thought. It's not going to be. It's even a tough task for us to tell people to calm down. Let us still stay within democratic ethos and principle. Already you can see them gathering in Kaduna. They are gathering here. Some people are saying end bad government every day. Those are not good indicators. People will not be angry if things were impacting well. All the things you've done, you've increased the tariff of electricity. Are we even getting the light? You slammed us the increase in tariff of telecom. Are we even getting service? Nigeria is one country where they have the largest number of drop calls in the world. Why? Why should we be oscillating around problems? You have gotten to a point now where almost all the critical stakeholders in the country are all even almost beginning to give up on democracy. And you think that that's not the reason for you to go strap your boots on, roll up your sleeve and get the job done. Rejig your cabinet if you must. Open yourself up back to your friends. You may be in the villa, you are not in prison. And even if it's in prison, luckily you have the key. Why should people not be able to access you? Why should your political friends not be able to reach you? Why should people like Ndume be upset? Were they not the ones that stuck their neck out for you? Why should Nasiru be upset? Was he not the one that even practically bullied the North to say that we're going to go south when everybody was still saying they wanted North? When was the last time he even saw the former President Buhari himself? When was the last time he spoke to him on the phone? I know things that I can't afford to share with you. The bottom line is that those who want to eat alone, most often time, like the proverb says,